Okay, so you made it back for part 2 of the jerky process. This has been out in the refrigerator in the garage for, I guess it's been a little better than 18 hours now. Not quite full 24, but we have our 3 packages of meat here. And if you saw the last video, you'll know that this meat has got some heat. Ooh, haha, ZESTAY! Wow. That's gonna work. And again, I will warn the campers. Hot in, hot out. So just keep that in mind when you're eating this stuff. So right now we're gonna get it on the trays of our dehydrator here. What I've got here in front of me is some sheets of silpat. Some people recommend using parchment paper for this, and actually I hate making beef jerky because it's such a mess in the dehydrator, and I forgot I actually had these. I bought these when I got the dehydrator a couple of years ago, and I found them, so I'm stoked. I don't have to mess around with the parchment paper. Unfortunately though, these you have to clean as well, but these just wipe right off. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull a tray out here. And what I like to do is just each of these bags, just for showmanship, I'm going to dump one at a time into this bowl, just kind of so you can see what's going on here. And one thing I do want to grab, actually, that I don't have out with me is a pair of gloves. I rarely wear gloves, but this stuff, like you saw, is hot. So I'm going to go grab some gloves, get the trays out, and we'll start stacking this meat. Okay, so got our first tray here. We're going to take our silpat that we bought, and gloves, mandatory. And another thing, actually, I'm kind of expecting I might have to take this dehydrator and put it outside, because this stuff I've made in the past, and eventually it will smoke you out of your damn house. The fumes that come off of this sauce are intense, to say the least. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is just get these pieces out here. I'm doing my best to see that none of them overlap on one another, and they all have their own bit of room to kind of breathe, so to speak. And I do anticipate having to flip these guys over because it doesn't have the air flow from underneath because it's sitting on this silpat. So I don't know, I'll probably go about 3 hours maybe at about 140 degrees, 135, 140, something like that. I don't like to dry it out too quickly because it's a little hard to control the moisture level in it. It dries out too fast and gets all crispy, and I don't like crispy beef jerky. I'd rather it were a little on the chewy side. The other thing that I like to do as I'm doing this, I want to make sure that all this meat is coated, because like I said in the last video, you want to make sure that you got good coverage. I like to put these guys in the dehydrator wet, if you will, so a lot of that juicy goodness from the marinade kind of dries onto the meat, and you don't want to lose all that flavor. So you just want to give it a nice slosh around in there to make sure that the pieces that you are working with get a good, nice saucy venture into the dehydrator. So it's like a big meat puzzle. All right, so I got all my trays loaded up, made a big ass mess, and well, it's the way it goes, but I think I only got 6 trays out of this. So what I like to do is take my empty trays out and just leave them out for the entire duration of the cook, or dry, I should say. And what I'll do is take the bottom and the very top drawer and pull them out and move them to the center. I think for some reason it gets a more even dehydration that way. So I'm gonna fire this thing up. I'm going to take it outside because I already know right now it's going to fill the house with noxious fumes and I'm going to end up dying and I don't want to go there. So come back in about 3 hours. We'll check it out. All right, so I've gone out to the garage. I pulled one of the trays. It's been exactly 3 hours since I put it out there. And let me tell you, I had to open up the garage door because the fumes were actually coming back into the house through the... It's insane. My eyes are watering, my throat's burning. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna grab let's see here, I'll grab a spatula and a pair of tongs, and I'm just gonna flip these guys over. They look awesome. It's still pretty moist to the touch. It's a little mushy, but it's kind of what I expected. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this to every single one of these pieces of jerky, flip them over, and then send them back outside, one tray at a time. It's the only bummer about doing it this way. And, well, the benefit is, well, I don't have to spend an hour and a half cleaning the trays, which I detest. I cannot stand doing that. I hate cleaning these things. It's such a nuisance. So we're doing it this way. So actually, you know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to try some. Whoa. Wow. That's good. Wow. I like that a lot. Really good. You can really taste the that mesquite seasoning and the saltiness and the sweetness from the Mr. Yoshida, and then the heat from the sriracha sauce especially. You can taste the habanero. That's not much of a flavor, it's just spice. So good stuff. Get these out to the garage, continue this with the other 5 trays, and we'll see you back here in about 3 more hours. Okay guys, we're back and we're done. Jerky is finished. So I just pulled the vapor maker out of the garage, and really what we want to do is let this sit, let the jerky sit. It looks like half of it. It's like, see how it curls up like this? But anyway, we want to let it sit rather, cool off, because we're really not going to know if it's completely finished or not. I mean, I can kind of tell just by having done this quite a bit that it feels just kind of the right consistency. When you pull on it, you can see kind of the way the flesh tears, kind of gets fibery, but you really need it to cool off to really know if it's finished or not. But tell you what, there's a little chunk that's overdone, bummer, but I'll take a piece off of that. I'm tasting it. Man, it's great flavor. You can pick up the orange, and the heat is amazing. The orange and the sriracha sauce with the soy and that Mr. Yoshida stuff is awesome. Really good. So, hey, there's the rest of it. Look at that. So, yeah, I just want to kind of get all this stuff spaced out, let it breathe a little bit, let it cool off, and I'm just going to call it good, you know? It looks perfect. Okay, guys, so that's it for Big Meat Jerky. There's lots of ways to do jerky. Obviously, it's all about the marinade. So, thanks again for watching. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see some more, hit the sub button. Take it easy, YouTube.